POV. You love the rainy, cold winters here in Oregon. If you are anything like me, the idea of a cup of tea, sitting by the fire, and watching the rain outside sounds delightful. I know that Oregon gets a lot of hate for all of the rain that we get, but I really want to talk directly to my friends on the internet who do love the rain and the weather of Oregon. If you're relocating to Oregon, you've probably heard a lot of negativity about the rain and the weather and the gray skies in the wintertime. And yes, we have all of those things. But I also know that there are people out there who really love and crave that type of winter. So rather than talking about the doom and the gloom of the weather here in Oregon, I'm going to talk directly to my friends who are eagerly awaiting the cozy vibes of an Oregon winter. I'm going to tell you exactly how I survive and thrive in the winters here in Oregon. My name is Clarity Odd, and I'm a local real estate broker here in Salem, Oregon, who specializes in relocations. Just like you, I relocated, and now I get to make videos all about life in Oregon. If you want to work with us in the home buying process, go down to the description of this video where you're going to find all of our contact information. Reach out so that we can help you. I am going to tell you exactly the steps that I take each winter to avoid seasonal depression, gaining weight, and just becoming a lady of malaise in the wintertime. The last tip on this list is by far the most underrated in my opinion, but the most necessary if you want to avoid seasonal depression in the winter. The first winter survival tip on this list is investing in good rain gear. If you're planning to move to anywhere in the Willamette Valley or on the Oregon coast or anywhere pretty much else in Oregon, you're gonna need to have some good rain gear to keep your body dry. I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and I was always told that we don't use umbrellas in Portland because that is a true indicator that you've come from somewhere else. Well, as a Portland native, I'm here to tell you that that's just plain stupid. I have an umbrella. You should have an umbrella. You are going to find that sometimes it is just too windy to use said umbrella, but I'm a huge advocate of buying a cute umbrella and embracing those rainy days, but still keeping yourself as dry as possible. And ladies, I'm going to talk to you about this one because the frizz in your hair is just going to go out of control on rainy days. Unfortunately, that's just how it goes, but the best way to mitigate a bad hair day here in the rain is make yourself look like a babushka. Wrap your head in a silk scarf and open that umbrella to embrace the rain. Besides an umbrella, you're going to need to invest in some good shoes that can withstand the rain in the winter here. Now, I think there are two ways that you can go about this thing. You can either invest in a really good pair of shoes that's going to last you a really long time, but that price tag is going to be pretty high, or you can invest in fast fashion, which is kind of an oxymoron, and get yourself some cheap shoes that you can expect to last for just a winter. Whichever way you want to go about it, you need to expect that your shoes are probably going to look pretty darn gnarly at the end of the winter time. The quickest way, in my opinion, to be uncomfortable in the rain in the wintertime here is if you get yourself wet. So if you can avoid getting wet and you can stay dry when you're here and out and about and existing in an Oregon winter, you're going to find that your experience is going to be so much better. If you want to check out all of the winter gear that I personally love to use every year, you can go down after this video, y'all. You can go down to the link in this description of this video. If you're liking this video, give it a thumbs up and go down to the comments and tell me if you would use an umbrella here in Oregon. The next survival tip on my list is to truly embrace the rain and go on a rainy staycation. Go find yourself a cozy cabin in the woods that ideally has a gas starting fireplace so that you don't have to fuss with trying to keep that fire stoked. You just want to be able to relax in those cozy vibes. My husband and I, we personally love to go to the Oregon coast in the wintertime and book ourselves a seaside cabin with spectacular views of the ocean, a warm, cozy fire, and a whole heck of a lot of food and wine to tide us over for a few days so we can get fat and we don't need to leave and encounter anyone in the wild. We absolutely love going to the Oregon coast in the wintertime when it's raining because it is so breathtaking. Oh, it's just beautiful. But if you're not jonesing on the idea of going to the Oregon coast because you know that we are overdue for an earthquake on our subduction zone, the Cascadia subduction zone, way overdue. But so you don't want to go to the Oregon coast. Instead, go to Mount Hood. Go to the forest and rent yourself a little A-frame. Wherever you end up going for your staycation, a rainy staycation in the wintertime is a must. When you try and fight the rain in the city or when you're driving on the freeway, it can be a real bummer when it's just raining all the time. But when you embrace the cozy vibes that the rain can give you, then you start to see the rain through a whole different lens, and you understand that it can actually be really beautiful to get cozy in the wintertime in Oregon. If you're curious to know where my husband and I like to take our staycations, you can find a link to our favorite Airbnbs in the description of this video. And again, don't check it out until I'm done giving you all my tips, okay? Okay. Good. The next survival tip on my list is stay social. And no, I do not mean going on your favorite social media app when you get onto your phone. No, girlfriend. I mean go out with friends, go to a coffee shop, or go have dinner at your favorite cozy restaurant that ideally has a fireplace. Now, you need to make sure that you're getting out of your house and mingling with the rest of the world. I know that it can be really tempting to make your staycation a permanent vacation, but look, this is not the Overlook Hotel, and you need to leave your house at some point, okay? In the wintertime when it's cold and rainy, you can expect that at 4:30 p.m., it's already gonna be dark outside. But that's why my favorite place to go hang out with my girlfriends always has a fireplace. It doesn't matter if it's dark outside, it's just so cozy. And really, like at that point, I don't even care what food they're serving or drinks. I don't care about anything else. I want my fireplace, I want my friends, and I want it to be raining outside. You might be wondering, where the heck do you find a fireplace? Good food, good vibes, good people, all under the same roof? And that's a great question, my friends. So let me tell you my go-to place, no matter where I am in Oregon or even Washington for that matter. My go-to place is McMinimum's. If you are unfamiliar with the godliness that is McMinimum's, you are going to be so delighted when you go there for the first time. It's a quirky hotel. It's sprinkled all throughout the Pacific Northwest, but its vibes are always on point 99.99% of the time. And then 90% of the time, you're going to be able to find delicious food, good atmosphere, and a fireplace in most of their restaurants or hotels. And for your convenience, I've also linked that McMinimum's website in the description of this video. And stop, don't go now. Go at the end of this video, okay? Okay. Now, at the beginning of this video, I told you that the last one on this list is, I would say, probably the most important one. And personally, it keeps me sane in the Oregon winters here. And that is, you need to go find yourself a soaking pool to warm your body up. We don't have the craziest winter here, that's true, but they are kind of depressing. And you need to make sure that when the sun sets at 4:30 p.m. on the shortest day of the year, and we encounter stretches where we don't see the sun or the blue skies for weeks, you need to have a backup plan. Have a soaking pool ready to go. If you are anywhere in Oregon watching this, you need to check out the soaking pools at McMinimum's if you haven't been there yet. And now, see how I'm connecting all of the dots here? My husband and I absolutely love the soaking pools at Edgefield, which are just outside of Portland. You're also going to find some really cool soaking pools in Bend, Oregon, and even underneath downtown Portland in the Crystal Hotel, which of course is a McMinimum's one. If you're an old school Oregonian like I am, you're probably going to be familiar with Everett House or Common Grounds, but might I also recommend checking out Knott Springs, and that's Knott with a K. All right, now we've made it to the point in the video that congratulations if you're still here. I am now going to bestow upon you my absolute favorite place in the entire world. I'm actually going to say in the entire Pacific Northwest to go soak. One caveat with this place that's my favorite to go soaking is it's actually in Washington. Ugh, I wish we had it in Portland, but we just don't. It's so sad. This spa is just a women's only spa. Hallelujah. I love it. when it's just a space for us ladies. Anyways, it's called Olympus Spa and it is in Seattle. Now, what you could do is have a staycation in Seattle and then go find yourself at Olympus Spa. And that, my friends, is how you avoid getting fat, depressed, and bamboozled by the winters here in Oregon. If you want any information on any of the places that I mentioned in this video, you can now go down to the description and check out those links. Y'all, I don't get paid for any of this. It's just the places that I love to go. If you like this video, you're gonna wanna watch this one next. Bye, friends.